Welcome everyone to my YouTube channel VST Stitch. Today let's make a beautiful Katori blouse. I learned this in Rani coaching class, but today I'm going to teach you for free. And this video is available in 4 different languages. Now let's see all the measurements to be taken. I will be telling you how to take these measurements. Let's start from full length. Place your measuring tape on shoulder and bring it down till this point, so this will be your lower chest, and from here again bring it down and this will be your full length. Again place your measuring tape on shoulder and bring it down. Now this will be your back full length. Back length will be shorter than front length. Now let's measure shoulder. From this point to this point will be your full shoulder, and make sure you measure it from back side, not from front side. Let's mark ready shoulder. From this point to this point will be your ready shoulder. That means the amount of fabric should be shown on your shoulder. Let's mark front neck length. Again place your measuring tape on shoulder and bring it down. Now mark how deep you want it. Again place your measuring tape on shoulder and bring it down till this point. This will be your shoulder to apex point. Now measure from this point to this point. This will be your apex to apex. Let's measure chest. Bring your measuring tape from back to front and take full measurement. Let's mark waist. Again bring your measuring tape from back to front and take full round measurement. And this measurement should be taken from this point, this ending point. Now let's mark sleeve length. Again place your measuring tape on shoulder and bring it down and mark it. Now from this point take a full round measurement, full round arms measurement. So now our measurements are ready. Let's see how to mark it. First, mark it on drafting paper or on newspaper. Now let's fold this paper into half. I'm going to use this triangle scale to mark. You mark using measuring tape, and don't worry, I will tell you how to mark using measuring tape. Let's mark shoulder. Shoulder length is 14 and let's take half of it, that will be 7. So let's mark 7 inch from here. Now mark 2.5 inch from here. Now from this point mark 1 inch. Bring 1 inch down. From this point to this point draw a straight line. Now let's mark arm round. This is arm round formula. So here chest is 44 inch, which comes under 32 inch to 44.75 inch. Now you see between which inches your chest measurement is coming under. So now 44 inch comes under 32 inch to 44.75 inch, and its formula is chest divided by 6 plus half inch. So 44 divided by 6 will be 7.3 inch and plus 0.5 inch, that will be 7.8 inch. So let's mark armhole 7.8 inch. Now draw a straight line. Full body length is 18 inch. Add 1 inch and mark at 19 inch. Now draw a straight line. Now let's mark chest. Chest is 44 inch divided by 4 is 11 inch. So now mark at 11 inch plus 1.5 inch. Let's mark waist. Waist is 36 inch divided by 4 will be 9 inch. Mark at 9 inch, add 1.5 inch. Now from this point to this point, draw a straight line. Now see this chart very carefully. My ready shoulder is 3 and back neck dip is 8.5, which comes under 7 inch to 9 inch. And neck shape is round neck, so I will be minusing 2.25 inch from shoulder. If your back neck dip is 9, then you don't know which one to choose. You have to choose this one because the number starts here. You have to see where the number is starting. So you will go with minus 2.75 inch. If back neck dip is 7, you will go with this. If it's 6.5, you will go with this. And also there are different measurements for different neck shape. If you want that, you can comment and I will share that with you. So here shoulder is 14 inch and I will be minusing 2.25 inch and half of that will be 5.75 inch. So let's mark 5.75 inch here and draw a straight line. I'm sorry guys, I have minused 2.5 inch instead of 2.25 inch. So minus 2.25 inch and make half of it and mark that measurement. Now mark same measurement here. Now draw a straight line. Now mark at middle point. You can use measuring tape also like this. Fold in half and mark. Now mark at 1.25 inch. Join these dots and make a curved line. You can draw this using French curve also. Now see, the back neck deep is 8.5, which is going down from armhole. So let's minus half inch from here and draw a straight line. Now this part is eliminated. Now let's mark our ready shoulder. Ready shoulder is 3 inch, add 1 inch and mark at 4 inch. Now let's keep the back part aside and let's mark front part. Now again follow the same procedure and mark. Mark at 7 inch and from here mark at 2.5 inch. Now mark at 1 inch down. From this point to this point, draw a straight line. Now let's mark armhole, that will be 7.8 inch. Now draw a straight line. Now let's mark chest. Chest is 44 inch. Now add 1.5 inch as loosing. Adding this you will get 45.5 inch. Now divide this by 4. Now you will get 11.3 inch. Now mark at 11.3 inch and place 1.5 inch. Now again see this chart carefully. Front neck deep is 7.5 inch and neck is round neck. So I will be minusing 2.25 inch. So full shoulder is 14 inch minus 2.25 inch. Here I have taken 2.5 inch, that is a mistake. So mark 2.25 inch and mark half of it and draw a line. Now mark in the middle point and mark at 0.25 inch. Here mark at 1 inch. Now join these dots and draw a curved line. You can use French curve. Now from this point to this point, mark in the middle. You can use measuring tape and mark in the middle. Now from this point, mark front neck deep. Mark shoulder to apex point, that is 12 inch, add half inch and mark a 12.5 inch, and full length is 18 inch plus 1 inch, mark at 19 inch and draw a straight line. Ready shoulder is 3 inch plus 1 inch, mark at 4 inch, and from here minus 0.25 inch and draw a straight line. Now this part will be eliminated. Now check the measurement and mark same here and add 0.5 inch and draw a straight line. Now draw a curved line. This is our round neck. Now let's mark apex point. Apex to apex is 9 inch and half of it will be 4.5 inch. So mark at 4.5 inch. Now from 4.5 inch minus 0.5 inch and mark at 4 inch here. This is chart of waist dart. Now 44 inch is coming under 36 inch to 44.75 inch, where I will be giving 3 inch dart. Now from this point add at 3 inch. Now draw a straight line. Now let's mark waist. Waist is 36 inch divided by 4 will be 9 inch. Now add this dart 3 inch. So 9 plus 3 inch will be 12 inch. So mark at 12 inch and add 1.5 inch and draw a straight line. Now mark at middle point of this line. Again mark middle point from this point to this point. Now again mark middle point from this point to this point. From here mark at 0.5 inch and from here 0.25 inch. Now join these dots and draw a line. Make this edge little curvy. Here mark one line. The gap should be one line. Measure from this point to this point. It's coming 6.5 inch and same mark here 6.5 inch. Now see how much gap is coming here and mark the same measurement here. Now draw a straight line. Again check the measurement and mark the same measurement. Now again check the measurement and mark double of it. If it's coming 0.5 inch, then mark 1 inch here. Now draw a straight line. From here mark at 1.5 inch. And from same point mark half of it, that is 0.75 inch. From this point to this point draw a straight line. Now from this point mark at half inch, that is 0.5 inch. Now from this point mark at 1.5 inch. Now draw a straight line. Now check the measurement from this point to this point. It's coming 6.5. So mark the same measurement here. Now let's draw a line joining these two dots. Now place your scale and make sure the scale goes with the straight line. If the line is going down here, let it go, but make sure this line should be straight. Now draw a straight line from this point. Make sure this gap should be same. Now draw a curvy line. This part will be eliminated. Now here mark at ½ inch on both the sides. Now draw a straight line. Now from this point mark shoulder to lower chest. Lower chest is 15 inch, add ½ inch and mark at 15.5 inch. Now check the measurement from this point to this point and mark same measurement here, here and here. Now join these dots and draw a straight line. Now from here mark at 1 inch. Using French curve, draw a line. Now here mark at 1 inch. Now check the measurement from this point to this point and mark the same here. Now check the measurement from this point to this point and mark the same measurement here and draw a straight line. And now let's cut this. Here leave some space and cut it. Now let's fold this eliminated part. Now let's fold this part also. Now measure from this point to this point. Mark same measurement here, here. Now join these dots and draw a line. Mark here at 0.25 inch and same mark here at 0.25 inch. Now draw a straight line from this point to this point. Draw a straight line from this point to this point. Now let's cut the armhole. Let's cut the belt. Mark 1 inch from here. Now mark half inch from here. Now fold this part. Now mark half inch from here and fold this part. Now mark one line from here. Now place the front part on back part. Make sure the lines are aligned properly and also attach the belt. Make sure these lines are also aligned properly. Now draw a line here and here. Now draw a straight line and attach with the armhole. Draw a straight line. Now measure the gap here and mark same here. Here and draw a straight line. Now from this point mark neck deep. Now check the measurement and mark same here and add half inch. Now draw a straight line. Now back part is ready. Now measure leaving gap of half inch. Let's minus shoulder here, so minus half inch. Here sleeve length is 8 inch, add 1 inch and mark at 9 inch. Now draw a straight line. This is sleeve down chart. Now 44 chest comes under 36 inch to 44.75 inch. So I will mark at 3.5 inch down. Now draw a straight line. minus 1 inch and mark at 12.1 inch and add 1.5 inch. Now draw a straight line. From here, mark at 1 inch. Now mark in the middle point. Let's give shape to the back sleeve. You can draw this curve line using French curve scale. Now from here mark at half inch and again let's give shape to the front sleeve. Now let's measure this, leaving half inch gap and mark at 13.1 inch. Same do it for front sleeve. If both the measurements are coming at different point, you can take a middle of it and mark it in the middle. Now let's mark arm measurement, that is bicep, that is 11.5 inch, and take half of it and mark it here. Add 1.5 inch. Now draw a straight line. Now let's mark the belt. Place it properly in a straight line. Place this second part on top of it and let it go half inch inside. Now let's draw line. Waist is 36 inch divided by 4 will be 9 inch and mark at 9 inch and add 1.5 inch. Now take the front part and place it here and mark. Now draw a straight line. Now front part is also ready. So here newspaper cutting is also ready. Now let's place this newspaper on lining. Now watch carefully for which part I have added half inch. For back part I have not added half inch, but for front part I have added half inch. Now let's cut this. Now I have placed the lining on the right side of the main fabric. Now let's cut this. Make sure you iron the fabric. Now let's stitch neck of back part at half inch gap. After stitching, cut this part. Let's give small cuts around the neck. Now let's fold this and stitch top of it. After stitching, now flip it. And now let's iron this. Now let's stitch here leaving gap of 0.25 inch. After stitching, now let's cut the excess fabric. Now back part is ready. Now stitch here. After stitching, fold it and stitch on top. After stitching, fold it and iron it. Now stitch here. After stitching, cut the excess fabric. Now sleeves are ready. Now stitch here with a gap of half inch. After stitching, fold it and stitch on top. Now flip it. Now stitch the front part. After stitching, now cut the excess part. Now front part is ready. Now stitch here. After stitching, fold it and stitch on top. Now give small cuts. Now cut the excess fabric. Now let's join this and stitch. Now let's give small cuts. Now let's stitch dart. Again let's give small cuts. Now let's attach belt. Now let's stitch here. After stitching, bring the fabric out. Now let's attach back part with front part. Let's stitch shoulders. Stitch here. Now mark here. Now let's attach sleeves. Attach both the middle parts. Take fabric of 3 into 10.5 inch. Now take another fabric of 10.5 inch into 1.5 inch. Now stitch here. Now fold it here and stitch on it. Now take lining of 2 inch. Fold it and stitch on back part. Again stitch on it. Now our beautiful Katori blouse is ready with natural cups. This is buttonhole and here I have stitched buttons. This is our back part, and here I have hand stitched. If you find this tutorial hard, please watch it 2-3 times again. You will definitely get it. So please try and let me know in comments. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. Bye bye.